I'm just turning over my legs. 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 K-N-A-D-I-double-C.
Hey, check this out, man. I want to welcome everybody to a Journey Not a Destination, where we talk about the destination in totality. If you're not moving, you're not grooving. Today has been a good day, I must say. Today I have a very special guest, a good friend of mine, a songstress, a poetry, healer, many facets of talents. But today, we're on our motivation ship and we use some gems while being in the game from EA Sports. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. So
I'm leaving in because I really liked it. I like that. I'm allowing myself to
this is
receive.
blooming true.
Hey, in rare form.
Rare
form. Yes. So I agreed to capture this moment. Thank you for how you see me. I love that.
Pleasure to have you on. Thank you for being a part of the Journey Not a Destination. As you know, guys, we do a mental and emotional checkup, blooming. So from a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say your emotional capacity has been today?
My emotional capacity? Does that mean how much emotions I could take? What is that?
From a scale of 1 to 10, how are your emotions today?
Oh, they were 10 like I felt everything.
No. 10 is good. 1 is bad. Yeah. They were a 1.
No, like, I know what you mean. You know what I'm saying.
10 got to be good. If you have that, then we got it. That's 3. That's a 2. You know what I mean? You got to separate.
Move on. Can we get to the next question?
I'm sorry. My bad. For me, my emotional state today is at an 8, for sure. At an 8. A lot of deep reflecting today, but we should move on from that. We'll talk about that today. We also do a mental check. Right? So, Tiffany.
Wait, can we pause for a second? I just want to pause. I'm disrupting class. What if I'm saying because I'm feeling everything, like everything? What if that's 10? That's my 10.
Okay.
That's my 10.
You know what? I accept it.
You know what I mean? If I'm in that mood, if I'm just wanting to feel everything.
Okay. All right. Anytime that has happened, it's been a roller coaster for me. So, I mean, like maybe it's different for you. So I support that. But our next question, right, for our mental capacity. How's our mental space? On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your mental capacity?
These questions, they don't register. I don't know why.
Okay, that's fine.
The scale, no. On the scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Yeah, y'all hear this shit? See, I was trying to be my professional bag. That's fine. Continue. Go ahead.
I love this moment. No, I would say a 5, and I'd say that because it's like B. I feel like I'm in this kind of okay but not okay space, the in between. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Right. You're like
the
matrix in reality, so to speak, right?
This the whole thing. I'm just allowing it in this moment. So yeah, say like a 5. What about you?
I'm an 8. Mentally, I really feel like I'm in a deeper space. I wouldn't say it's better or bad.
Yeah.
I would just say it's deeper space mentally. I'm starting to understand things a little deeper, but I'm definitely an 8. Today's episode, guys, though, is about adversity and resilience. What hard seasons teach us. As you know, adversity is, at this point in life, it's part of the job. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like something that may not come. It's gonna come. You know what I'm saying? So the better you prepare, the better we can succeed in this shit. You feel me? But as always, resilience is built through hardship. You know, anything.
Those are all the lessons we don't want to learn. Like, in order to be resilient, you got to go through some stuff to make it that way. That's so funny.
Anything worth having comes with some form of pain. What God has given all of us is the ability to choose, so you get a chance to choose whether you want to deal with it or not.
Yeah.
Get into it. Adversity has a strange way of revealing who we really are. And as always, I want to welcome you, all the good people. Shout out the squad, you know what I mean? Shout out my people. So I'm going to welcome everybody to Train Our Destination, right? If there's one thing in every journey, it's definitely. Now, some of us are on easy, some of us are on medium, some of us are on hard, and then there's those God tiers. You feel me? That God tier difficulty, whoa, next level. But everybody has their level of difference, you know what I'm saying? Moments when things don't go according to plan. Moments when the path becomes unclear. Moments when you begin questioning whether the direction you're moving in still makes sense. Adversity has a way of testing everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? From your patience to your time to how you love, who you love, to your business, your money. You know what I'm saying? It's everywhere. Yeah. You just got to be being prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? For sure. But they often become the moments that shape us in the future. You know what I'm saying? So, it's more so if you can change the language and change the mindset, that's when things start to expand and grow. But I digress, right? For me, guys, trusting yourself has to be an all-time thing. You feel me? And if you trust yourself through the good times when you make success, you got to trust yourself through the negative times and make sure that you are properly doing the work to learn from those things so they don't happen again. Everything takes time, you feel me? So we got to be cautious about those things. We got to pay attention. We got to be smart with how we move, especially if you're younger. You got a few times to make some mistakes. You can take a few L's. You can take more L's than others. Now, those who are blessed enough to see that early and not take the L's till they absolutely have to, that's when the game changes. But in all, if any of that, there's some difference. Now, depending on what tier will determine the results and the rewards. You know what I'm saying? But listen, guys, resilience isn't about avoiding difficulty. It's about continuing forward with wisdom gained from those experiences. All those trying times, all those times, you felt like people didn't understand or people didn't believe in you.
Nobody was seeing you. Nobody was hearing you. Nobody was, all the stories that we tell ourselves.
Yeah. But hard seasons teach you patience, they teach you humility, they teach you discernment, and sometimes they even teach you to laugh a little bit. I'm stressed out time, but I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you gotta call your people who gonna make you laugh through the tough times. So you need a few of those.
That's why I called you. That's why I called you today. That's why I said I'm at a 5, bro. I'm at a 5.
To 2 people at all times that you can call, and no matter how tough it is, y'all can laugh after, or y'all can laugh in between it, or they can make a joke and it won't hurt. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean?
And everything in between.
Seriously, but eventually you'll realize if you haven't made it through that season, eventually you will realize that if you made it through the season, you're stronger than you thought, right? The season comes through. We talked about this in the last point, you feel me?
Yeah.
But listen, guys, as you always know, I got 7 questions today that we're going to talk about, that we're going to get to. I'm going to ask myself. I'm going to ask Miss Woman True herself as well. And you guys can answer this as well in the comments and different things like that. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff, you feel me? I will work on my cussing, I'm sorry, but it's going to be me, you feel me? You ain't want to give the sauce in the way that I want to give it, you know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm going to work on it. I can be professional. We give it time. We'll be rich. Check this out. Give it time. We'll be rich. Our first question for the day is, what was the hardest life lesson you ever had to learn?
Oh.
Now we're speaking on adversity and resilience, right? With the lesson that you had to learn, what was the adversity? What was the resilience that got you through it?
Oh, why can't this? This is juicy. There's so many times.
Respectful.
I didn't want to know. I didn't need you to do that.
Okay. No, listen. I can go. I just wanted to make sure that I offered it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this is a juicy one. I'm gonna let you go first, and then I'll go. I'm gonna let you go first. Yeah.
The hardest life lesson you ever had to learn. The hardest life lesson that I ever had to learn had to be, what was the hardest life lesson you ever had to learn? The hardest life lesson I ever had to learn. Because I got a few of them, y'all. That's the problem.
That's what I was here.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
How you gonna have a few of the hardest though?
I'm gonna try to give you one. One hard lesson that I learned is that I ever had to learn was that nobody cares. That was probably the hardest one. Sometimes even from the ones you care for. Sometimes even the ones you'll give your last dollar less joint to. But everybody has a selfish meter, you know. You get to lesser and lesser depending on the person, but depending on the situation, that may change. But again, the hardest life lesson for me has been nobody cares. And once you understand, and are you okay with doing things because you want to do them now, it gives you more of the power to do so, right? Because I'm like, okay, if I want to go out there and wild out, everybody can pay attention to that. You feel me? Go out there and talk crazy, because I can talk crazy. You feel me? But the channels. I'm a civilian now, a big civilian. All my stewardship is going. All the toxic shit, I think I graduated from, but I was definitely a student. For sure. So I had to learn, man, like, hey, you know, just because you care about somebody does not mean that they have to care in the way that you care, you know?
And when you say don't nobody care, like, you mean in all the ways. Like, don't nobody care about what you're going through. Don't nobody care about, you know, what you want to do with it. Like, you know, are you talking about all of those? Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care about your feelings. They can still
I'm not just talking feelings. I'm just saying, like, far as like sometimes you just gotta. The lesson in life is just do it, whatever it is. Like we care later. We can fix as we go, but you gotta understand that nobody cares whether you start, and nobody cares whether you finish, unless it's beneficial. Unless there's some space for them to get whatever collateral they need to get, and the collateral is not always financial. Yeah. Collateral could be a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So gotta protect it all. But that's the life lesson that I learned. How about you?
In one way, I have to just acknowledge those words. As soon as you said them, I just was like, oof. Like, I felt that in so many places in me. And as painful as many experiences that you've had shaped that belief. Yeah. As ugly and as dirty and shitty as it is, it's also liberating. Yeah. It's like literally the freedom to say, don't nobody care, so just fucking do it. I'm sorry, I'm cussing.
You're fine.
But yeah. That's what it is. So I just want to acknowledge that freedom, even you being able to be in this space and be able to speak to that so clearly, is amazing to me. Like, that's the work, quote unquote. Yeah. You know?
I agree.
So thank you.
Thank you. I will say there's still a lot more for all of us to learn. You know what I mean? So you know, I definitely don't want to be a know-it-all, and I don't mind not the smartest man in the room. I would love to be around a lot more smarter people for me in my future. So
I hear that. That's winning. That's the only way to do it, and not be intimidated. Just want to soak it all up. I just want to just let me stew in it. Right? I totally agree with you. It could,
I love
that's freedom again. Yeah.
Shout out. Oh,
that's such a juicy question.
Shout out to freedom. Our next question, right, for the day is.
Wait, I didn't get to say my answer. Wait a minute now. I got a good one.
Oh, my fault. My bad. I thought you said it. Oh, my bad.
No.
My bad. Yeah, we can cut that out. Excuse me. Continuing on the first question.
Yeah.
Blooming, the floor is yours.
It was, and I talk about this on my channel. It was the moment where I realized it was me. Like, the reason why certain things weren't showing up in my life, the reason why I wasn't, living in alignment with what I knew I could be. Yeah. It was me. I couldn't blame my childhood anymore. I couldn't blame my mother. I couldn't blame that moment where I just decided to take responsibility for my life. And then it's like to have to continue the choice. You know what I mean? To have to continue to choose to show up for you, because it's not just a one-time thing. It's, okay, I did it and I'm doing it again and I'm choosing again. You got to check in with yourself. You know what I mean?
Now, let me ask you this. Is checking in, is it a daily, weekly? Like, do you have like a daily and a weekly check-in?
Daily, apparently weekly, quarterly. Listen, I'm on a schedule.
I like
It's a
it.
divine schedule. Okay.
Yeah. No, for sure. Check-in is super
Especially,
important.
yes, especially when you're in these moments of like, there's something here. By golly, you know.
By golly, it's cute. But I respect it. No, 100%.
But yeah, this is some. Look at you, just deep. This is some deep stuff. Come on, bring it on.
I will say that, I respect it. I receive it. You know, that's some good food right there. Some good food right there. Okay.
You taste the seasoning and the greens, like how, like,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
with the spice. Did you taste the spice?
It's always in the wrist.
Right.
The wrist gotta be crazy. If your wrist game ain't crazy, I can't touch your food. I gotta see how you throw the seasoning on. I gotta see if you're
and you're not measuring nothing. If you pull out any kind of measuring device, this shit is.
I fuck with you off that. No, because somebody can pull the measurement cup out just for some rice to make sure it's a cup.
Even that, I don't know.
Be careful. Yeah, if I see somebody in there like taking flour, throw it on the thing, make it dough, and get the, you know what I mean? You start doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You a chemist. I feel like all bakers are biology and chemists.
They are.
Boy,
they are.
you need exact measurements to make that good every time.
Right? Because listen, I've tried several times to not do that with baking, and it's been devastating. How many ingredients are wasted?
Yeah, man. Shout out to all my bakers, man. Our next question for the day is question 2. Okay. How did adversity reshape your understanding of failure? How did adversity reshape your understanding of failure?
You want to take it, or you want me to take it first?
You got something on your mind, you can get it off. I mean, it's up to you. Give it time, we'll be rich.
Say the question one more time. I want to hear it.
How did adversity reshape your understanding of failure?
That there was never one thing ever that existed called a failure. It's just you're refining yourself again and again and again and again, and that's just your process because you want it to be what you know it is. But in the process, you got to show up. So that's what it is right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, talk your talk, Queen. You know what I'm saying? That's perspective. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Speak that with some conviction. I feel you. You know what I mean?
No, it's more like, does that register to you? Like this is more like that. But yes.
I can. I mean, it registers. We feel that there is no failure.
Yeah.
I do believe that failure does turn into lessons. Once you graduate from failure being failure and become a lesson, now you become a student of life. You start to be able to understand the necessary adversity. You know what I'm saying? That's inevitable.
Yeah.
That's what true studying of your craft or whatever you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Because there's any.
Continue. Let you continue. I just want to touch on.
No, that's exactly what you're saying. Because then it's like I'll use my Tiffany talk analogy. And most of us, I find that when things get crazy, we're looking for the peace outside of us. We need something outside of us to register as peace.
Yeah.
But we don't realize that that's something that I have to establish in myself. I have to know it in order for me to be it and live it and breathe it. And I get to practice that,
Yeah.
So,
repetition is key. I definitely think that, that old saying that's been going on forever, practice, preach, we all fall short of glory, but our goal is to eventually practice it.
Yeah. and not just expect it to be whatever. It's like we all, because that's the promise, and we go right back to the title of this, journey not a destination, is that, you know, you begin something, and because there's a learning curve, because you can't match to your hands aren't doing what's in your head, right? Or your voice isn't doing what's in your heart, or whatever the dissonance may be, as we allow ourselves to just experience life. And you said something earlier, and it was the way you said something earlier that made me feel surrender. It's like when you start to be a student of life. That's what you said, a student of life. In order to be in the role of the student, you have to be in this space of, I don't know everything, right? My role as a student is to absorb, it is to learn, it is to grow, it is to not be right, and to accept that you're not going to be right. You're just having an experience. That's what that brought me back to. And so it's one of those things where it reminds us to be okay with this process of life, because the promise is not the destination. And you may get glimpses of the destination, but it's all the things that you gain along the way. It's all the bruises and all of the things we just don't like to deal with and grow through. We don't like the way it feels. We don't like uncertainty. We don't like the feeling of being pushed out, you know? But it's in those spaces that we're refined, our voices, the truth of us, the truth of, because we have to prove it to ourselves first. You know what I mean? Like, it's before I can convince you of this gift of my voice, I have to know it as a gift. And I'm not even, if I know it, I'm not going to try to convince anybody. You just are the gift. You know? So it's yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, one thing I would say in closing to that is, even the gift comes with work, you know. Everything has a process, and everything has a system, you know. And once you start learning the systems of things, now you can start tackling multitasking, multi other things, because now it has nothing to do with the skill, it's more about the system. But as long as you have the fundamentals, you always understand the skill. But do we continue? Our next question for today, right, is what strengths you discovered about yourself during difficult times? You know what I'm saying? What was some stuff that, as you're sitting where you're sitting, you can say, I didn't have this strength during those tough times, or during certain adversities that we probably had to go through to get this weapon. Like, some weapons come through adversity. A lot of weapons come through experience, but, you know, some of us are genius and blessed enough to get it early, you know? And those who get it early are blessed, you feel me? But some of us have to get our weapons through experience. You know, we just pray that either we learn first, or the experience is not that crazy.
You think sometimes it feel like it come later because you're stubborn?
Yeah. I mean, okay, not all, right? I do think stubbornness comes from a point of entitlement, you know, feeling like your way is the right way, you know. I think learning how to say no, and just learning how to step away, and even saying I don't know, gives you more power than being stubborn. You know. But I do think stubbornness is one of the necessities that come from learning different experiences, getting your weapons like through experiences, or through trials and tribulations, or, you know, trauma. So many different ways that, you know, you're gonna get your weapons from, you know. But the same, you know, through the process of getting these weapons, right? It may not be the easiest thing. It may not be the best thing for you. It may be life threatening. But now you got a weapon that's going to enable you to save somebody else. Now you got a weapon that's going to enable you to be who you need to be when somebody needs to have that humility. Have, you know, not taking no more chances if you was a risk taker. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, not you know, putting yourself in legal places where you can, you know, get those penitentiary chances. You know what I'm saying? You know, being more smart, you know. You gotta learn to certain expenses to get the weapons. Those are the light weapons. Those are the ones that like you either get it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? They come with crazy consequences, but I digress.
Wow, that's the way you said it. You either get it or you don't.
You know what I'm
Dang.
saying? I would say the strengths that I discovered for myself during this time of difficult season, I really learned how to stay calm. Right? Not every day was happy. There were some sad days. But there were some amazing days. You hear me? Maybe on JND After Dark we can have a conversation about it. But I would say for me, it was a lot of days. You feel me? But a lot of shit happened. One of my people told me, he's like, man, you've been going through stuff for a while. And I was like, nah, I don't think so. Life has really been good. But they know me from a certain space. They don't know me from a space. The last time they seen me or actually dealt with me was during a tumultuous, traumatizing, toxic space that I was at, But I'm years removed from that. So, though we may talk frequently, the energy wise, some people don't want to let go of that old person. The person they were introduced to, or the person that resonates with them being right. You know what I'm saying? About you. You ever talk to somebody, they be like, I know you. You be like, no, you don't, nigga. No, you don't. Right. But I'm saying, like, nah, you don't know me. But, they know of you. They know of the space of you. And certain, imagination is the most powerful thing in the world. Sometimes it's hard to let that go, For me, as far as, I digress, right? For me, one of the strengths that I picked up was staying calm, for sure. That really helped me out tremendously. How about you, Bruno?
Oh, all of this is just such medicine. The things that are coming out of your mouth, I'm like, look at this emotionally mature man. Okay.
I wouldn't say that. I definitely need some work, y'all. I don't want to lie to y'all. There's some things I fall short of glory on emotionally, but,
We all do, but you're making conscious efforts to change the narrative.
I would agree.
Yeah, so that's all it takes. It doesn't have to be more than that. Oh my God, I got so many gems through all of these difficult seasons in my life. I got so many gems.
All right.
But the one
there may be a young lady
that's
experiencing what you're experiencing, So, give her something she can leave with.
Yeah.
Give her some of that good food. It's good food. It's good food. And go ahead and give them some. The world is hungry.
You know what I would say is you don't have to keep on chasing loving yourself because you already do. That's what I've been learning, because you stopped working until your body tells you it's not okay anymore, right? I stopped pushing those limits, right? And I started to tap into my own rhythm. I started to tap into what I'm here contributing. And it was a moment that let me know, oh, you really do love you. So you can stop telling yourself that that's not the case. You can stop acting like you don't now, because you really do. In order for you to keep on choosing again and again to show up and to believe in something that doesn't have any kind of space that you can see, you got to believe something about you to keep on going after a dream or many that feels so much bigger than you. And it is, right? All of our dreams they are so much bigger than us. And that's why we do all the things that we do and we run away from them, because it feels like more than we ever knew ourselves to be. But that's just all a part of it. And I say, whatever stage anyone finds themselves in, you just keep Loving you. That's what it was the whole time.
Beautifully put.
What was that?
What was what?
Wait, what did you say?
I said beautifully put.
Oh,
See? It's late. Nigga's bedtime. This what it sound like.
God.
But I do agree.
Pause. Can we pause?
No, we gotta keep going. It's okay.
I'm so serious.
What I will say is this, guys. With every new level, there's new devils. Nah, I'm joking. Look, what I will say is this, guys. If you're not gaining new strengths along the way, you know, you're doing a disservice to yourself. You know, and not all strengths are tangible. You know, and not all strengths are made equal. You know, so find the strengths that make you the best person you need to be. And, you know, a lot of rest falls into place. So our next question for the day would be, how has hardship changed your perspective of what truly matters in life? Now, when we speak of this, it's just, now we're going through all the adversity. We done had all the resilience. You know, we done shown all whatever patience and love that we needed to show. How has that changed our perspective of what truly matters in life? Read the question one more time, just for the both of us and just for you as well, because I'll be putting little mini soliloquies in there, and that's not part of the question. So, how has hardship changed your perspective on what truly matters in life?
It's a part of life. It's such a part of life. And yet in those times, we want to run away, or there's so many things that come out of us.
Yeah.
But it's the great equalizer. It is something that's just a required season. It's just like, you know, in order to know calm, you would know chaos to know that it's calm. You know what I mean? So it's just trusting in that, and yeah, just knowing that I know there's something else that's coming to the surface. I know that there's something that's ready to show me its radiance. It's the gifts, the gems are in those spaces, the hardships. So you don't have to run from it. You don't have to run from life. You can actually start living. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's, yeah, for me.
Oh, okay. Do you think you would be the same person you are today without some of the hardships?
No. I would not know myself if it weren't for that. I wouldn't know not only about myself and what some of the things that I'm capable of, even as far as my emotions, and then how I interact with the other people in my life based off of something that wasn't even them, right? Not all of that made me into the self-aware, the compassionate. I can see it in somebody else and forgive it in somebody else when I can see it in me and own it in me and accept it in me. So it's broadened my scope about, you know, this whole life and interconnected thing that we do.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't go around holding on to all of these resentments and all of this kind of stuff. I'm freer. Freer.
I like that. That was a great choice.
The more I'm able to, you know, remember that, you know.
Okay. Let because I love your soliloquy, right? And I really want us to land, right? So my question to you is, what matters more in life now that didn't matter 10 years ago? That mattered 10 years ago. No, yeah.
First of all, hold up. Don't be talking about soliloquy. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You like the choice of words? Listen, hey, vocab is crazy. You know what I mean? No, I'm joking. No,
It rolled off your tongue, and I really did appreciate it.
yeah. You know, we here. What's one thing in your life that matters now more than ever than it did 10 years ago?
More than 10 years ago. I'm like, who was she 10 years ago? What matters more in my life now is, honesty.
Okay.
Honesty. So what I mean by that, and this goes for like the people, the company I keep,
Mm-hmm.
because I see how that really impacts how you navigate, how you see yourself, how you can see more. Sometimes we need other people in our lives to be that reflection, to be that, somebody that says, no, you're bigger, you're doing that small thing again, right? Sometimes we need that. So it's my relationships and honesty within those relationships, so that it allows me an opportunity to come off my shit and really get honest with me. Yeah, and really get honest with me. So that would be a part of it for sure. A huge part. 10 years ago, that matters to me more.
Why did you think it was so difficult 10 years ago to now, outside of growing and being, more like a transparency of a, maybe I don't know how to say it yet. We'll come back to that. But my question to you is, how long did it take for you to get that honest with yourself so you can understand the honesty that you needed? Was that like 5 years in, 7 years in, or did you learn that at the 10th year? Like, oh, this is what I need.
I think I experienced it at different phases. I feel like I started to realize how many smiles I had been wearing when I wanted to be a totally different character in that moment, or just how much I wasn't able to really even get into real spaces, intimate spaces, experience that exchange with people, because I wasn't being honest about how that scared me so much to connect, because of what that meant for me at one point in time in my life. It meant, love was going to hurt me. It meant vulnerability, and vulnerability to me for a very long time, and this is still shifting in me, was weakness, softness, weakness. Like, how can I show you my heart if you can potentially not do the thing with it that I thought you were supposed to do?
Yeah. Story of my life.
Right? So that's been a thing. So I realized how much of me I was required to be honest with, so that I can have that experience in my relationships, because it was all about how I was showing up, wanting everybody else around me to be the people, to be what I needed.
You brought something up earlier, right? And I wanted to ask you about it. You said characters, right? Do you think characters are necessary?
Yeah.
Because I do look at characters like code switching. You know what I'm saying? It could be a form of code switching, right? Sometimes this character works best. Being this character or version of yourself works best in this environment. But it's when you make it who you are, where it's no longer a character, and that's where it starts convoluted. Everything is entertainment at this point. How you choose to entertain yourself truly matters on the character you use. So I can understand how characters can potentially be necessary, but it also can be a code switch that could, in long term, like long distance, it could potentially affect you if you don't get those character things in order. But anyways, I digress.
No, I hear what you're saying 100%, because you're saying, when are you ever you, right? If you're always changing into different characters, I'm looking at it from a perspective of we're constantly wearing different faces in different places, the majority of people, because the majority of us we aren't even aware of who we are. We haven't taken the time to allow that, right? We And I say that because there comes a point in your life sometimes when you're called to get really, we talked about this earlier, you reminded me of this earlier, get really quiet to hear, who am I? Not what everyone has expected me to be, not, what my father, he did that, so I'm gonna do this, and not any of those things. Just that's what I was thinking about when I was thinking about characters. Or sometimes, even if we take it to, you're an entertainer. Sometimes you may use a stage name because that stage name comes with a different persona that allows you to get further than on stage and go deeper than, Seawood, right? So maybe that's your form of protection. Maybe that whatever, that's why I say I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's about, and maybe it goes back to what you were saying earlier, how you use it and how you start to become conscious of these spaces you wear, so to speak. The goal is to be just 100% me all the time, everywhere.
That's hard.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
That's not like that's something you get to do. I mean, listen, it's hard.
That's interesting. So you think being you 100% of the time in every space is hard?
Yes, but definitely depends on, unless you learn to. I feel like being yourself has to be learned. It's not something that we come with it originally, and then society breaks you down in different spaces.
Exactly.
You gotta refine those things when you become adults. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us get stuck in, like for me, right? I'll speak for myself. Let me just say a lot of us, right? For me, I still find moments to be a kid. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. From the smallest shit, just to still keep that moment alive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I do that for my competitiveness too, Like I'll compete with anything on purpose. Now, even if I don't even care, this is the fact that we compete, getting that the juices flow. You know what I'm saying? It definitely helps with my writing and how I write and the way that I write. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, it's like you. Do you feel like as you get deeper and deeper into life, you just start to? It sounds like you've accepted the hardships as a part of the game. You're just like, all right, it's showing up. I get it. I must be. It almost feels like when we meet certain points in our lives, there's something so much bigger on the other side. And I know that sounds so cliche, but it's the reason why we buck up against it so hard.
Yeah. Listen, for me, the only thing that is hard is death, perspective. Mm-hmm. We die alone. We don't borrow time. Living your life is what matters to me. Peace. Mm-hmm. Peace for me is something that I didn't have 10 years ago that I have now. Mm. I love it, but I had to learn it though. I had to learn how to be my peace. Mm-hmm. You can want peace. Your whole world could be peaceful. You may not have to worry about a bill in your life. You may be able to make all the bread you want, but you're not peaceful inside. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can wake up and be like, you know what? I do music because I love to do music. I'm with whether you know about me or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm down to do it for the rest of my life because I still love the craft, I still love the art. I still study it. You know what I mean? I still work on it, but that's me. It's not everybody, but that's what matters to me in life, right? Finding out that I'm willing to do one thing for the rest of my life without getting paid or not. And once I accepted that, I started to get into other talents. I started to get blessed with other things because God and the universe, whichever one you believe in, they just want you to know what you want. Once you know what you want, they'll give you whatever you ask for. Right? Everything comes with a consequence. So, wisely. Choose wisely is what I'm going to say. That's what matters to me in life. There's a few other things, but we'll talk about another time. But listen, our next question is, what personal growth came from challenges you once wish you could avoid?
Challenges that I wish I could have avoided.
I ain't gonna lie, I got so many. But I'm gonna keep it Disney.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go ahead.
You go first, please.
Personal growth. What personal growth came from challenges you once wish you could avoid? For me, it's a touchy subject. But what I will say is this: there was a time in my life where I kind of went to court for something. You know what? I'm not going to use that one. It's a little too heavy for me. I don't know about y'all. Y'all might want to hear the shit, but it's a little too heavy for me. You won't cut this shit out. Five.
Oh yeah, because I was thinking of how do you mark in the video when you
Exactly. Once I count, there we go. That's like action.
okay.
There was something I just want to. I got to say that out loud. That's what I don't want.
Okay.
Take it out. You know what I'm saying? Only problem is there's no problem.
No, tell me.
When I do the chops or the clips, it may catch this. It may think that this is a catchy thing to use. So we gotta make sure I take it out.
Oh, okay.
That's other shit.
Does it help you do the editing too?
No, I do the editing.
Oh, okay.
Well, my team does the editing.
Oh.
We're speaking to a distance, right? But our next question for the day is what personal growth came from challenges you wish you could avoid? Personal growth that came from challenges I wish I could avoid would have been I don't know, because I'm doing this now, so I can't use that one. But what I would say is the one I wish I could avoid is I wish I didn't rush to move to Washington when I did. I should have really sat down and figured some things out. But it probably was the smartest thing I could have did, though, for sure. I definitely would have made a mistake under those circumstances with everything going on. It would have been an ugly situation for me, for sure. But I think if I would have sat a little bit longer, I could have been able to make a different decision that would have avoided some things that I'm dealing with today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you're living your life, it's a journey, not a destination, right? How about you?
I wish that I would have been braver about sharing my holistic practice with my clientele. They weren't just my clientele. When I had my salon, they were like family. So I wish I would have been braver about sharing something I can't necessarily explain, but know that it works, and I would have given myself more patience and like not just that moment of transition, but every moment of transition. Just give yourself grace, Tiffany, and patience. Like I have to repeat that because all of that change and that rapid everything that's happened in my life after, it's built in me muscles of
resilience.
Yeah, big time resilience. And not just the resilience again, I had to know for me why I was doing what I was doing, and and why would I stick with something that, and this goes back to what you were saying before, it's not about a dime, it can't be. But I need to make a dime, It's
every time. Well, your mind,
right,
brother.
right. But that it was knowing in myself with everything that I have experienced that no, this is bigger than a one thing. This is bigger than than any of that. This is something really that's coming from a deeper place in you that you can't. I just don't know what this is, but I know I just have to express it. Yeah. Just that whole experience in life, I did not know I was built that resilient. I did not know that with that resilience for me would come actually having to be vulnerable. I didn't know that was just a blessing and not a curse before. So
that's good food right there.
Yeah.
Good food right there. Yeah, I do think that vulnerability can take some time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I still fall short of glory of being vulnerable. Now, I still associate some, like I said, it's a journey, not a destination. So we're not over everything, but there's some things we over. But this is something that I am working on, for sure. And just to hear you say that gives me a better understanding of that. Listen, you can't know though. If we had the brochure, a lot of us would be in everybody's position. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be in the best position. But there's no brochure to this shit. You know what I'm saying? So however you choose the word or whatever you choose to get it, And whenever it decides to work, that's what you and God time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Scandal the thing, real. You know what I'm saying? Quick that. So, but moving on, right? The last question for the day, right? Is how did adversity refine your priorities and values?
Mm. Oh, that's a good one.
I can give you a few. I don't trust these things.
Oh my god.
You shouldn't trust these things. You know what I'm saying?
Just walk through life being so non-trusting.
I mean, trust these niggas, but don't trust these niggas. Listen, you gotta trust people to do exactly what they gonna do. The moment you trust niggas like you trust yourself,
Yeah.
you know, that's when you know what I'm saying? That's when you toe tag.
Yeah. Yeah.
A good space to be. But I'm joking. Overall, I'm joking. Listen, priorities and values. It has taught me to love myself, right? Not just not just mentally, not just emotionally, but mentally, spiritually, physically. You know, like really love myself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not can exude it, you know, and show you that I love myself. But I'm the one that got to go home and lay in that bed by myself. You know what I mean? And deal with the truth of it. So, you know, I would say priority is loving myself to its fullest totality. Value that I might have picked up is integrity is not served equal. You know, whoever I'm working towards being, I need to be that truly for myself and nobody else. You know, and if I do something good for somebody, or if I do decide to have a heart with anybody or anything, it has to be what I want to do, and I have to be able to do it with no expectations.
Mm-hmm.
That is what adversity has taught me, because I used to be the person that would want to give empathy for somebody because I've been there.
Yeah.
You know? And there's people out there who could take advantage of that, who could weaponize that. You know what I'm saying? So I had to be, first I had to learn to not show it on my face, right? Then I had to not learn with show the body language. And then I couldn't ask certain questions. Certain questions you can't ask. Sometimes you just gotta listen. You start asking questions, then you start assuming that you can help, and you might not be able to help. You might just the only help you got is the ear. And we don't know how to say that. Sometimes we don't know how to say, I don't know. Well, you have somebody talk to you and they keep talking to you about the situation. It's a money situation, but they kind of they need you to let them borrow some shit, but they don't want to ask you.
Oh yeah.
But it's tough. It's tough. Listen, it's tough across both streets, over there and over here. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? And one of my values is I don't want to give more than I don't care about getting paid back.
That's a big one. Yeah.
That's a limit. Like, everybody need help. You know what I mean? And I may not be able to help everybody, right? And not everybody gonna appreciate what I can help with.
Yeah.
Those I can give to, I got to be able to give without the expectation that it's coming back. Now, if it's a bigger number, you gotta really, you gotta have some relations, you got some rapport. You've had to be able to use borrow money before, and you pay me back. You know what I'm saying?
You can't just give that away.
Right. Another priority for me is working out and getting my health right. And doing this. Being consistent, sticking to my plan. Mm-hmm. Even if somebody feels it don't make sense or it's not right, like me sticking to it. That's something, like, follow it through.
Yeah.
I mean, like, let's see it go wrong first before we accuse it of going wrong.
Yeah.
And, I used to tell my girlfriends, like, allow me to make the mistake before you say I'm gonna make it. Every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every time it worked. You can't judge me. What do you do? You mad at me? I didn't even make the mistake yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. But I do think those are some of the values and priorities that I learned from my adversity. No expectations, man. On anyone.
Those some big learnings. Those are huge learnings, because oftentimes we can go through those seasons and we feel like we're empty-handed. I know there have been plenty of times in my life where I gotta, make sure I am and conscious of gratitude, right? Because of how much I cannot like something I've done or where I've been or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So everything you said was such big realizations and moments. I have to say that. And you talked about commitment. I think that's what you said. Consistency was consistency. One of my values is commitment. And in order to show up to commit, consistency is a part of that. And similar to what you just said, to myself, first and foremost, to nurture, whatever it is I'm nurturing, my business, my art, whatever it is that I'm nurturing, right?
Right.
Again,
Yes.
when I don't have the outside perspective that's necessarily feeding me, or it is, and maybe I need to open up to see what's in front of me and what that feedback is letting me know about the pivot, not about a
Yeah.
fail. Right.
Yeah.
So all of that takes another thing is willingness. That's what the universities that I've experienced has taught me, that you can go a long way, you can get a long way with having a willing heart.
Mm-hmm.
I may not know the answer, I may not know this, but I'm willing to know, I'm willing to experience. So that goes a really long way in life.
A willing heart.
Yeah, a willing heart. And
I like that a lot.
yeah.
Because you only need a millisecond of willpower.
Exactly.
You only need a millisecond. I don't know what's under a millisecond, but whatever's under that, you only need a little bit of that with a couple of willpower. But I hear you.
Yeah.
I support that.
Yeah.
In conclusion, right, I do think that adversity and resilience is necessary for the journey. You know what I mean? Like, it's necessary to get your weapons. Your weapons from your experience, from your lessons, from your mistakes, from your failures, from your successes. You get weapons from your successes as well. Let's not forget that. You know what I mean? I know it's tough.
I like that.
But there are weapons in getting it right the first time. There are weapons in being successful. And let's not forget that as well. But check this out, guys. Adversity rarely feels meaningful in the moment, but over time, its lessons become clearer. What once felt like obstacles often turn into be more moments of preparation. Strength, maturity, loving yourself more, accepting, reality, no longer living in that dream life. You know what I'm saying? You might not have took the pill, but you're damn near close to it. You know what I'm saying? Reality at some point. Stuff get a little more irritating than it's supposed to. You know what I mean? And that's when you know you get over. You just hear something like, I don't like that. You know what I mean? They felt like that about our music. They felt like that about us. So I understand it, but it's also preparation for the next chapter, right? So always remind yourself that every day's a new day. Try something new, and as long as you're living, man, there's always a better way to do so. We do got a word of the week and a quote of the week.
You look like a Levert.
Huh?
You look like Levert.
You look like a who?
Gerald Levert.
Gerald Levert?
Yeah.
Okay. Gerald, I'll take Gerald. Okay. I can't sing like that nigga though.
It was. You just had a moment on the mic, and I thought about it.
That's hilarious. Please don't clip that. So our word for the week is, well, for this segment here, is student. Be a student of adversity. Be a student of resilience. Be a student of your success. your failures and others' failures and success. You know, there's always something we can learn in life to be great. Which leads me into the quote of the week. And the quote of the week is, you attract what you are, not what you want. If you want great, then be great.
Mm.
And as always, I hope you enjoyed this segment today. The journey, not a destination. Love y'all. Signing out. It's your boy. Chill. Oh, wait. Is there anything you want to let people know? You know, you want to tell people where they can find you, who you are, what you do? Anything you want to promote?
Oh, listen, absolutely. Listen, y'all. If you want some of this medicine, some of this nervous system regulation, even though this may not look like it, it is. you can find me at GraceHealingHouse.com. I'm all about supporting other women, other people in their healing process. We get into the trenches. We talk about the things. We breathe together. You know, we laugh, we cry, all the things, right? Mm-hmm. So check me out there if you're interested in any journeys, anything. I'm here. You can also check out Blooming True. That is where I share spoken word, all of the soul gems. So these are two spaces. You can find me on Instagram, all the things. And thank you for hosting me in this lovely space with your lovely people. When I listen to you, like when I really am here and I listen to you and I'm here with you, I'm so filled up with celebration because I know about some of the parts of the journey.
Yeah.
And again, this is you celebrating you. And it makes me inspired, you know, to see you not only living those things, but then alchemizing it, turning it into something that we all can benefit from. Because you are not who you used to be in the best of ways. And I loved every stage of you. Always have, always will. You know that.
Bless. Talk your talk, please.
You know, it's good to see you start to realize and walk in that greatness that you're talking about, that being, that thing that you just said. It's good to see that you're living your medicine. And then I get to be around that and be immersed in that and be blessed by that too. All of us do. So that's what I have to say. Thank you.
Well, you are very welcome, right?
Yeah.
Secondly, and firstly, I'm honored, I'm grateful, and I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? For real. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed as well. Please like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. It was a pleasure, brother. And we shall see you guys again. Till we continue. It's your boy, signing out. We out. Let's get it.
Don't worry about me. I'm just turning over my leaves. And my last one is complete. You can stay. Don't worry about me. I'm just turning over my leaves. Keep my deposit, I leave. It's complete. Cause I'm turning over my leaves. I'm just 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 turning over my